Howdy folks, it's springtime. The Bermuda grass is greening up. There's lawnmowers running off in the distance. It's a beautiful day. Today, the topic for this video is going to be, what reel mower should you use on your lawn?
So stay tuned.
Okay, so which reel mower should you use? I have too many reel mowers. I consider myself a collector anymore. I like all the different types, and there's actually another one I've got my eye on. I did tell you about that one. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm not telling you about that one, but anyway, we're gonna talk about all the reel mowers that I've got here right now. Let's just kick it off. We'll start with the manual reel mower. We've got the Scott's 5-blade manual reel mower. Left Tool, tell us the story behind this one.
I thought I was just here to model them.
Oh, well.
Because I don't know anything about them. I'm here to learn. I came here to learn about reel mowers. Yeah, so I guess a little history lesson first. This was the first reel mower, if you didn't know, that me and Right Tool got. We got it at the old duplex. We had a very small yard, so this was...
Man, how big was that yard? That was.
I'm gonna go with like, well, because it was combined. We both had ours combined, so I'm gonna go with like 2,500 square feet.
I was thinking 3,000. So yeah, maybe something like that.
Yeah. So it was doable. It was quite a bit though. I mean, after a while, it gets a little old.
Well, I have video of me running with that thing, like doing wind sprints with that, trying to move that thing fast enough. Oh goodness, we haven't used it in a long time apparently, but I don't think we've used it since we moved.
No, this is just basically.
It's a decoration now. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, running, trying to cut through the tall grass. So this is probably for the person like Striper Man. How big do you think Striper Man's lawn is? Striper Man's lawn, he'll tell us in the comments, but I'm gonna guess.
I'll say 700.
You think so?
He does not have a backyard, right?
Right, no backyard. No backyard.
I'll say 750. I'll go with a good.
Okay. I was probably thinking 1,000 or maybe a little over max, but I think a lot of times actually lawns look bigger on YouTube. So anyway, Striper Man is doing amazing things with the manual reel mower. I think he's got a handful of different ones, but he's done some cool stuff. So small lawn where you can keep up with it, where you can mow it twice a week and it's not going to be that big of a deal, or more often than that. He probably mows every day. But that's the strength of the manual reel mower. You don't have to buy gas. It's pretty cool. It's nice and quiet, so you could mow early in the morning or late in the evening and not annoy anybody. I guess those are the pros and cons of the manual reel mower. Up next is the reel mower that I got because I was irritated that Left Tool wasn't keeping up his end of the bargain and I was having to reel mow a lot with.
You're welcome.
Yeah, exactly.
You never thanked me.
That motivated me to start Googling, and I found this on Craigslist. This is a Tru Cut powered reel mower. Okay, so the Tru Cut here, this is the H20, a 20-inch mower. They have larger versions, but this is something that would fall into the category of homeowner reel mower. So something like a Tru Cut, California trimmer, a McLean, an Allet, a Swardman, those are all in the group of homeowner reel mowers, and they come in various shapes and sizes. This particular one has 2 wheels on the back. I put the front roller here. It came with caster wheels, so that was an upgrade that I did. The roller makes it run smoother. So if you can imagine this, 2 wheels on the back, 2 wheels on the front, every little dip, the wheels would fall down into any little dip or crack in the grass in the lawn. But the roller on the front helps because that glides over those dips instead of dropping down into them, but the back wheels still fall into that. Some of the other Tru Cuts and McLean's, the California trimmer have what I'd call like a half roller on the back. In the middle, it's got like a rubberized, roller. It's just smaller. So you'll see the greens mowers here in a minute. It's not quite like that. Some of them have sort of a roller that makes it a little bit better though. A lot of this is just my opinion, because you guys could take this, and if you have 3 acres and you wanted to mow with this, you can do whatever you want. But if we're just throwing out square footages, my recommendation or my opinion is that this type of reel mower, or any of those mowers that I just listed, would probably be for someone between, like we said, with our 3,000 square foot lawn, maybe, or larger than that, up to like 5,000 or 6,000 possibly. Again, you could do it with 15,000 square feet. It's just going to take you a while. Again, they do make wider. I think they have a 20 6-inch possibly even. I'm not sure if it's a 26. There is a larger Tru Cut, but there are definitely larger of all of those other types of mowers that I just said. So you could mow a larger lawn with those. But anyway, much larger than that, and it's gonna take a while. So just take that into consideration when you're shopping. Something else to consider is stripes. When you've got wheels on the front and back, it's not really gonna leave stripes, at least not very well. When I put the roller on the front of this one, it started striping a lot better. But this one versus a greens mower that has a roller all the way across the back, this one does not stripe as well as the greens mower that has a big roller on the back and a small roller on the front. Again, some of these Tru Cuts have a little bit of a roller right in here, and so that would help, but just remember that and take that into consideration when you're doing your shopping. Something else about this Tru Cut and a couple of the other homeowner caliber reel mowers is that they're a little easier to control. I've already talked about the height of cut adjustment, but the throttle and the reel control are separate. So theoretically you could not spin the reel and just use the throttle and move. So when you're turning around, for example, you can stop the reel from spinning. You can lock this in, so you can push this down far enough that it'll lock in and the reel will stay spinning. You can disengage it and it will stop spinning. So that's more free, whereas on a Greensmaster, it's either all or nothing. With the Greensmaster 1000, you push that lever down and it's gone. You can slow the throttle down a little bit on the Greensmaster, but it's not quite as simple as the homeowner caliber reel mowers. So I think something that would be a huge consideration to somebody shopping for reel mowers, cost, obviously, and I kind of skipped over that. Your manual reel mower is probably going to be the cheapest. Your homeowner caliber reel mower would be next. And then you jump up to these bad boys. So these are greens mowers. Both of these are Greensmaster 1000s. This one looks way different because I tore it all apart last winter and I custom painted it. So that's why it's this color. Normally a Toro Greensmaster is red. But normally a brand new homeowner caliber reel mower is in the ballpark of a few $1,000s. I think you can get all the way down to like $2,000 for some of these, you know, $3,000 and probably up from there. I think some of those even go up to $5,000 or $6,000 from what I've seen. But if you get them used, that Tru Cut was used when I got it, and I got it for $300. Now, you ready for this? These greens mowers are normally more into like $10,000 range if you're buying them new. Hardly anybody, or hardly any homeowners do that. Hardly any homeowners buy new greens mowers. I'm sure somebody out there has done it. But I got these two greens mowers right here for $500, very used, from a golf course. They're older. I had to do some work on this one. I actually didn't do anything to this one, but I've done some work. Well, like I told you, I tore this one apart and repainted it, but I also replaced the reel on this one. So they both came with 11 blade reels. This is an 8 blade reel, and I put this on when I tore it all apart. That was a big reason why I did that. I wanted to replace the bearings and put a new reel on it. So in general, the higher your desired height of cut for your grass, the fewer number of blades you want on your reel. And I say in general because, for example, Left Tool was using this mower last summer on his Tahoma 31 with an 11 blade reel cutting at 3/4 of an inch, and it looked great. So take that for what it's worth. There are homeowners that have 14 blade reels. Aaron Wickham is out there in Alabama, the turf tamer. He's mowing like golf green, 14 blade reel and at 0.02 inches or some crazy. He's out there all the time. He's probably mowing every day like that. So again, grain of salt. I'm not giving you absolute rules here saying you can't do it if you have a certain number of reels, but that's the general rule, or the general trend is that the higher you want to keep your grass, the fewer blades you want on your reel. So when you ask for recommendations, if you say, I'm going to keep my grass at 1/2 inch, that's kind of been my go-to. 1/2 inch has been the standard for me. An 8 blade reel is pretty desirable for that. In fact, when we get over to the Greensmaster 1026, when Toro sent that one to me, they asked me, how high are you going to keep your grass? I said 1/2 inch. They put an 8 blade reel on it. That just is kind of the rule. That's the standard. Could they have done an 11 or a 10 blade reel or something? Yes, they could have, and it might have worked, but better to do a lower number of blades. So then why these are so much more expensive than the homeowner caliber reel mowers? You're talking the difference between commercial and homeowner. So even if you look at zero-turn mowers and you look at commercial zero-turn mowers versus homeowner zero-turn mowers, there's going to be a difference in price because of the package that comes along with it. You're getting a more powerful engine. You're getting more precise measurements on your heights. These are not adjustable. That's something to point out too. Well, I shouldn't say they're not adjustable. It's hard, it's more difficult to adjust these. There's a process to it. You have to loosen these bolts. You have to have a height of cut gauge of some sort, whether that's an expensive one or a really cool homemade one like Real Dad made for me at one point. Doesn't matter, but you have to have a certain way to measure the height. You can't just move a lever like you can on the Tru Cut. So they're much more precise, but like I said, they're made to last longer. They're more powerful. They can handle a little bit more abuse. They're just beefier mowers. They're used on golf courses every day. They go out to the greens and they mow with them every day. They mow with them when it's wet. They mow with them when it's super dry. They get them all dirty. They're just made to stand up to a lot more abuse. Again, commercial versus homeowner. I think most people kind of understand that. So this is the Greensmaster 1026. Like I said before, Toro did send this to me. They have no reason to market to homeowners with this mower. This was more of a thank you gift for some other things that I did for them in the past. So do whatever you want with that information. But this is the 1026. The Greensmaster 1000 has a sister or an older brother to this mower called the Greensmaster 1600. So that used to be the 26-inch mower, and now the 1026 is the 26-inch mower. They have a 21-inch and they have an 18-inch version of this. So they changed like the body style. They made the maintenance easier. They changed up a lot of things about the mower in 2020. I'm pretty sure was the year that this series came out. So again, since these are so new, there's not a whole lot of homeowners out there who have these mowers. Once golf courses, sports turf, venues have these for a little while, they'll start selling them on the secondary market and homeowners can start getting these mowers a little more commonly. Because this is right about $12,000. So the 1600 is more expensive than the 1000. It's just a bigger mower. I also said this before, they put an 8-blade reel on this mower because I told them that my desired height of cut was ½ an inch. And so where the target square footage for the Greensmaster 1000 might start, 5,000 square feet or something, 5,000 square feet might feel kind of small with this. Again, you can do it. You could mow 1,000 square foot. Striper Man could mow his lawn with this. It would work. It would probably just feel like way overkill. So do with that what you want, but I would suggest that for a 1600 or the 1026, you're probably looking at more like 5,000 all the way up to like 10 to 15,000 square feet. This could make pretty quick work of a 10,000 square foot lawn.
I've never used this.
So the Greensmaster 3100. This is what would be considered a triplex. So 3 reels, 2 here on the front, 1 underneath the seat. This mower I got used from a golf course. If we're looking at square footages for all these other mowers, this one I would say would probably have to start at 10,000 square feet, but even that might feel a little bit cramped. My backyard is 10,000 square feet, and that's what I'm using this on, is about 10,000 square feet. If your yard is 10,000 square feet and like an open square, then it works. I have like 2 long sections, so it works, but it's probably a little bit overkill for that 10,000 square feet. I tried it on my front yard. When I first got it, I ran it around out here in my front yard a couple times, which is about 4,000 square feet, just this one section, and I was turning too often, so it's definitely overkill for that. So 10,000, once you get up to 15,000 and 20,000 square foot lawn, yeah, like this is gonna be nice, because you think about it, with any of the other reel mowers that we've looked at so far, for like a 20,000 square foot lawn, it's gonna take a while. That's gonna take a long time with a walk behind mower. So if you're wanting to reel mow something like this, it might be for you. Now the cost, I got it from a golf course used. This was about $3,000. That's on the lower end of the range that I've seen some of these. But where you get good deals, now all of these mowers, where you get good deals is from, well, in my experience from golf courses, you cold call a golf course and say, hey, do you have anything? Do you have any mowers like this? And you tell them what you're looking for and see what they've got. A lot of them lease their mowers, and so they don't even really have the option to sell them. So that's a different story. But that's where you find the good deals. Also, there are auctions. Brett Goodyear did a video all about getting a new mower, well, new to him, from an auction just recently. I'm gonna link that one in the description if you wanna find out what that's all about. But that's another place where you can get good deals. They usually need a little bit of work, just like what I did to my Greensmaster 1000. But that's how you find the good deals. Find something you need put a little TLC into, and you'll be able to save some money. Now, something to think about when reel mowing in general. Say you have a 25,000 square foot lawn and you're reel mowing only your front yard, so you're only reel mowing 5,000. You're like, you know what? I want to get the entire backyard reel mowed also. Probably gonna need to do some leveling, so you got to think about that. You got to get some sand and level out everything, unless you just happen to have a contractor who built your house that does an amazing amount of dirt work. I doubt it. You're probably gonna need to spread sand over that entire space. So think about that before you sign up for wanting to reel mow a huge area. And they do make even bigger reel mowers than these. Fairway mowers, you know, they're gonna have like 5 reels on some massive mower, so your yard's gonna need to be pretty big probably to justify something like that. If I get my fairway going out there someday, then maybe I'll get to have one of those. I don't know if I'd be able to find a good enough deal. Don't tell my wife. Now, they also make gang reel mowers that are tow behind. So they're manual reel mowers, and you just tow them behind a, you know, like a mower or a tractor or a four-wheeler, whatever. You tow them behind and they reel mow manually, so they're not each individually powered, which is something that could be pretty cool. Like I said, if I have a fairway back there and I don't want to spend enough money to buy a 5-reel fairway mower, I'm actually leaning more toward finding something like that, a gang reel mower that I could tow behind and mow a fairway out in that field. So anyway, that's an option as well. Now, what in the world is going on? Oh, hey look, a fairway. Well, I just wanted to come out here today. It's been like 2 months since we filmed that video, and things have started to fill in very nicely since then. It's amazing what kind of a difference some heat in a couple months will do to a lawn. But anyway, just wanted to wrap that video up because we didn't do that at all. We just left that ending sort of abruptly. So here's the wrap up. Here's the ending. We just hope that you learned something. We hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you later, y'all.
Like a microphone, be like, how do you respond to the claims that you're the dumbest idiot on YouTube? Yeah, we're like,